On today's episode of That Was Us, we are diving into Season 4, Episode 7, The Dinner and the Date. Randall and Beth invite Malik and his parents over to discuss how to handle Deja and Malik's relationship, but the evening quickly takes some unexpected turns. Meanwhile, in the past, Jack and Rebecca welcome Randall's teacher, Mr. Lawrence, to their home for dinner. Hello, friends.
Yes.
What's going on, gang?
Here we are.
How are we healing?
Yeah, give us the update.
It's a good thing we got this couch now.
It is a good thing I got the couch.
Yeah.
The couch comes in handy. I don't want to
Yeah.
put my foot up on the furniture. How's it going? It's going fine. I'm able to do everything that I need to do, so I'm blessed to that. With that, I can drive a car, which is cool.
Yeah. You can't drive the lane.
No. Not.
It's a basketball term.
It
for
is.
anybody.
It is a basketball term. That's sad.
Thank you for breaking that down for me.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
I was like, drive in the
Drive
lane?
down the lane to the hoop.
Okay, got it.
I know a lot about basketball.
This leg, Sully, Mandy, it is a shadow of itself.
Yeah.
Like when I look up close and look at them,
Do a
like
comparison.
I have a little bit of moment of grieving. But I'm okay.
You're going to be like that character from Lady in the Water with the one giant muscular arm and one tiny little arm.
It's going to be like that until I start the rehab. So I still got about probably 6 weeks of wearing this thing before I can get back up to it. But it's neither here nor there. Nobody cares.
Yes,
you guys
we do.
care.
We care.
You guys
Our
care.
listeners care.
Our listeners care.
That's right.
The
Other
three
than that,
people that I
nobody
live in a house
do not
with.
care.
They don't care?
No.
And you know what?
We get it.
I said this before. I don't do a good job of asking for the help that I need.
Okay. Do you then hold an internal resentment
No.
for not getting that help?
No.
For people not reading your mind about the help you need?
You're on it. You're definitely on it, but
Because that's me. I'm just saying that's me.
Yeah.
I'm just...
I don't... well, the reason why I don't have that thing that I'm holding on to is because she's got to get these two boys ready in the morning to work or whatnot. Sure. And I'm like, all right, bro, just figure it out.
Yeah.
Just figure the shit out.
Just figure it out.
So I figured it out.
Well, I'm glad you're figuring it out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
We're
it.
here
For
to
the
help.
sake of all of us and your family.
But I am enjoying watching This Is Us. Let me tell you, the show is a real bomb. It's a real BALM. It's a real bomb, like in this moment of just sort of like, all right, what am I going to do with my time, et cetera. Like every time I watch it, I am infused with a level of joy that I was like, oh, thank God I have this show to watch.
For sure.
Yeah.
I definitely feel the same way. It is a balm. It's a balm for these times, too.
Yeah.
It's just like a respite to be able to go back in time and remember filming these episodes. And also, again, not to overstate it, but we are in that period of I don't remember what's happening on the show.
So
which works out
it's
perfectly
like
for your
a total
character's
revelation
timeline.
to me. I'm like, what?
So you didn't remember anything?
No.
There's a couple of ones that I didn't remember, and then I remember shooting the like stuff between you and I.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Because I do remember one particular thing.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what you remember. But so this is the dinner and the date. It starts off with Deja and Malik.
Yes.
Yes.
They have a very playful rapport going on. And I think this was shot on location. I think they shot this in Philly.
They went to Philly for some of this, for sure.
They went to Philly because we shot earlier stuff when we were running up the steps and doing the Rocky stuff.
Was that the same trip?
Same trip. So they just sort of like creatively did it so that they could do this date part. And we shot that opening earlier. But like, we on the same trip,
Wow.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So forethought on the
Yeah, I was like,
hands
they
of
must
everybody.
have had this written already.
Yeah.
And or gone at the very end before they had to like insert that footage into the
Maybe.
episode.
Right.
Yeah. So they're talking about cheesesteaks. First of all, so you're the food connoisseur, foodie. Are you a cheesesteak man?
You've been to Max's?
To Max's.
Is it great?
Is it bomb?
It's the best. Yeah. It's hands down.
Is it
Like
because
there's-
it's Cheese Whiz and not?
No, I mean, you could get it any kind of way.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways that you're supposed to order it when you're there. I don't remember how I got it. All I remember is for the 48 hours that I spent in Philadelphia, I tried 5 different spots. I didn't eat 5 cheesesteaks. I tried 5 different spots.
Sure, like bites from 5 different places.
And when I do this, when I tour a city for their food, it's usually when I'm by myself because I've got like a day to kill or whatever.
Yeah.
Done it in San Francisco too. I do it in big cities.
Yeah.
But I walk, no matter how far it is. I walk.
Really?
Yeah. So uphill, miles and miles and miles. I walked. I think that day in Philadelphia, I think I walked close to like 8 or 9 miles.
Okay.
Just all right. I'll go try that place, and then I'll try this place, and spread it out over breakfast, lunch, dinner. Walk around. And Max's by far is
it's outstanding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So someone did their research. They knew what they were talking about.
Well, so Kay Oyegun, who wrote the episode, she went, I believe, to Temple. So she spent 4 years in Philadelphia.
There you go.
So she knows.
So she knew.
Yeah. And so while they're talking about cheesesteaks and stuff, they just having these sort of faint memories of because she's visited Philadelphia before.
And she tells Malik so much. Like, didn't I told you I came here like as a kid. I came with my Gigi, my grandma, my mom, not her mom maybe, but whatever. They were on this trip, and she remembers. The thing that kind of keeps popping into her head was like driving the car and looking at these like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And she doesn't quite know what to make of them or what that means. But Malik is really intent on like giving her a day of not touristy Philly.
Right.
He's like, I want to show you my Philly.
Yep.
Because you've gone with Randall, you've done the Liberty Bell, you've done all the stuff you're supposed to do, but like you need to see the real Philly.
That's right. And she says yes.
Yeah. They skip school.
They skip
school.
Which for somebody like Randall is like, come on, man. School is my jam.
Oh yeah. No, we knew exactly where this was going.
Skip school.
We knew where it was going so much that they didn't even like play the day out. The next scene is
not getting off the bus.
Is not them having a day.
Yeah.
It's cutting straight to the end.
Yeah.
Of her being caught.
Here's a question. So this is like how it all functions. Do we talk about the date? Do we talk about the date and go back and forth between the date and like the Pearsons meeting Malik's parents? Like, what do you think is the best way to sort of address it?
I say let's just do the date really quick.
Let's do the date.
And then we'll go to his parents coming over for dinner.
Yeah.
Deal.
Okay.
Do the date. So what's the next thing we see at the date?
Flash forward. Flash forward. No, not flash forward. I guess like Malik's showing her his city.
Yeah.
They go into Max's. She talks about how she's just moved around so much in life that she was never a regular anywhere. And she clocks that like when like everyone knows him in the neighborhood. And when he walks
Cheesesteak
when he
named after
walks
his grandfather.
Everybody knows him. They know exactly what he wants to order. And she's just like kind of she clocks that and regales him with like, I've never lived anywhere long enough to be a regular anywhere. And he like very kindly takes her outside and she's like, what are you doing? And then they walk back in.
That's right.
He's like, this is Deja. This is her first time here, but she's going to come back. And they're like, hey, Deja.
Hey, Deja.
Yeah. It was
Norm.
Very sweet.
Really nice.
Very
a good sweet moment.
Very sweet. The day continues. They're checking out murals all around Philadelphia. Montage style, as we like to do.
I think we saw the Magic Garden, which is there's a house.
Yeah.
I just pulled it up on Google Maps. It was a place that I visited while I was there. It's a funky folk art venue that provides mosaic galleries, a sculpture garden maze, and educational programs. But it's this like house that an artist started like just putting broken tile on the outside of.
Yeah.
And now the entire house, including like the surrounding 2 or 3 buildings, are now all covered in broken glass and tile and are mosaiced out. But yeah, it was one of the things you saw in the montage.
Okay.
I love that.
Philadelphia's finest.
Get in the granular. I like that, Sully.
They went to Rita's.
Where's Rita's?
Rita's was like the ice cream,
yes.
or maybe
custard.
Custard.
Frozen
Yeah,
custard.
Sorry.
Okay, come on now. Ice cream?
Don't come for me, guys. Sorry. I'm a Florida girl, so I don't know the difference between. I didn't grow up with frozen custard.
We had custard. We have this place called Ted Drew's in St. Louis. It's a big deal.
Yeah. What is the difference?
Custard, it has eggs. Is that right?
Does ice cream have eggs though too?
It does.
I think ice cream has eggs.
Ice cream doesn't have eggs.
It doesn't?
No.
I don't know, guys.
Will someone find out for us?
Rachel grew up with Jarling's custard cup in Champaign, Illinois. It's delicious. Okay. It's thicker. It's kind of like an American, it feels like an American gelato.
It does.
It does. Oh, right. Okay. Right? There you go.
Right. Okay.
Sully, you're correct.
Nice. I knew you were.
They go to Rita's. He tells her that she's beautiful. And she's like, does that work on other girls? And he's like, I've never tried it before.
Yeah.
So sweet. I'm so charmed and won over, Malik.
Yeah.
He shows it to his favorite spot, which is this park. right?
Yeah.
Beautiful park. And he parks down in like this one spot and then just like we all do, just lays in the grass.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny too, because he's so confident. She just like lays down next to him like, is this something we do? Do people lay in the grass? Like just sort of like figuring it out.
And then their
City
fingers
mouse, country
like
mouse,
slightly creep towards each other.
Yep.
And they hold hands.
They hold hands.
Oh.
And then he like looks at her. And he gives her a look like, hey, should we do more than hold hands? Yeah. And she looks back and she's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Right?
She gets a little scared.
She's like, this is a little too much for your girl.
Yeah.
I don't know you like that. I don't know where this grass has been. I don't know who's around. I need to go. Yeah. Right? And then she winds up telling, what does she tell him?
Well, she finally admits that she was scared because she has plans for her life. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is moving very quickly.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't completely trust it. That's what's so scary.
Yeah. He apologizes for upsetting her, and then she admits to having butterflies and sort of feeling like, look, but like you can say you've never done this before, but you have a daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like clearly you've done something before.
Yeah.
Something
At
more
least
than what
once.
I've done.
At least
you know
once.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like, I ain't done none of this before. And I don't know if I can trust this or trust anything that you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole episode is the audience trying to figure out what Malik is about.
Yeah.
Is Beth and Randall trying to figure out who Malik is, and Deja.
Yeah.
Like okay, is his game that he doesn't have game? Like you know what I mean? Like or is this how many times who are you?
Right.
Like, and what are we doing?
Yeah.
I know.
Everybody collectively is getting to know Malik.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. And okay, so then he tells her later, he's like, I don't have game. He's like, I like you, right? And he talks about the long-term relationships that have happened in his family. His mom and dad have been together since they were young. His grandparents have been together for decades and decades. Yeah. He says, I feel like I disappointed people by things not working out with me and his daughter's mom or what have you. And he's sort of figuring it all out. And he says, look, I'll take you home, but there's one more thing that I just want to show you. Can I show you the one more thing? Right? And she grabs his hand, and this young lady says, show me. And I'm like, hey, now. I'm like, listen, young lady, there's a lot to that show me.
Yeah.
Going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just, okay, so inside baseball, if indeed we ever get a chance to talk to Lyric again about it, like she is really nervous. Because I believe this is our first
playing the romance.
Yeah, playing the romance of it all. And sort of like, he's like 3 years older, you know? And at that age, 3 years is like...
Is a gulf.
It's big.
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think like as the character is saying these things, it's also sort of reflecting like, look, bro, you're 19, I'm 16. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, good writing.
Yeah.
It's good writing.
Yeah.
So what's the one thing that he winds up showing her, Mandy Moore?
He ends up showing her the lights that she saw as a kid.
Yeah.
Which is like a beautiful culmination to the day.
Yeah.
And sort of, again, like a Pearson gentleman, even though he isn't a Pearson, like grand gesture. I was like, yep. In like the litany of all of these like incredible men on the show. Yeah. He does the big swing and like it works out for him.
It does.
Yeah.
It works out.
And they share their first kiss.
They have their first little sweet kiss.
I mean, did it not bring you guys back to being young people and the butterflies you feel on the first crush and just like those early relationships when you're a young teenager like that? It's just like everything feels so seismic and like, you know what I mean? And like life changing and you don't know what you don't know, but also like this is like just the hand holding, the spending time alone with somebody, like all of it is just like, it's life-changing.
I'm wondering as the audience, like the audience hasn't had enough time to spend with Malik and Deja or whatnot, but as someone who's watched TV their whole life, I remember when Kevin Arnold kissed Winnie Cooper. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, Wonder Years, of course.
You guys, he did it for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to kiss her?
Did that.
That's
For
right.
everybody who was 11 years old at the time.
That's right.
It was like, yes!
That's right.
It was a big win. So
that's right.
I wonder if anybody had that same sort of feeling when they were watching the show. But it was a great date. And she even says when she talks to her parents, and we'll dovetail back into the Pearsons meeting Malik's parents, she talks about it at the end of it, and then we'll flash forward. She says, listen, I know I made some mistakes with some things. I know I skipped school. I know I was dishonest, etc. But I'm not apologizing for this day.
Right.
Because this was the best day of my life. And you're like, all right, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't deny that for her.
We get that.
More That Was Us after these words from our sponsors.
All right, people. Some people invest in fancy outfits. That's not your boy. What I invest in is the basics. And Bombas makes it worth it. And for every single item you buy, they donate one to someone experiencing homelessness. Over 150 million items have been donated already.
I live in their socks. Seriously, they're the softest I own. But Bombas isn't just socks. They have amazing slippers, tees, and underwear, all made from premium materials like merino wool, Supima cotton, and even thick, durable rag wool.
Love that rag wool, baby. I love the socks.
You're rocking some right now?
Let me tell you something. I'm rocking these socks right now as I have to go through my sort of limited ambulation right now.
One sock brown.
It's all about the sock. I'm wearing a sock on this one too. It's just hidden by the boot. I love them. They're extremely comfortable. Already have Bombas and love it? Well, why not share the gift of comfort? Get ahead of holiday shopping with cozy favorites from slacks and slippers to tees and underwear. They even ship to over 200 countries. So if you need to send friends and family overseas gifts, Bombas has you covered.
We almost have a little walker in our midst.
Yeah.
Little Lou is.
How close are we? Really?
We're getting close.
She's cruising. She's cruising around.
She's definitely cruising. Yeah. And then when she has her little like push cart thing, she's up and running.
Gotcha.
So the Bombas socks, the little baby socks,
with the grippies?
With the grippies,
little grippy Bombas
are very key right now. They're so cute. We had some for Ozzy when he was little too, and now Lou has a little more of the girly color palette because I have to lean into that. But the Bombas socks are a must in our household.
Love it.
So upgrade your fall basics. Head over to bombas.com and use code TWU for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code TWU at checkout, bombas.com, and use code TWU.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. October 10th was World Mental Health Day. And so we would like to pause and recognize the people who make such a difference year-round. Therapists.
Behind every story of progress or healing, there is a therapist who asks the right question, offered a safe space, or helped someone take the next step forward. Sometimes even one small moment in therapy can shift everything. It's why we are so grateful for the professionals who do this work every day, day in and day out.
I remember the first therapist I met with, I was still in undergrad. And I was dating Ryan at the time, and I was sort of just confused and bewildered as to how to make this relationship thing work. And he wound up telling me, he said, listen, you're clearly a very capable person, and you've had a lot of success in your life. And the way in which you've navigated life to this point has been beneficial for you. So there's no need for you to abandon it. However, there are other people who are here as well that have navigated life in a very different way, that have had the same level of success. You trying something else does not diminish you. You're not going to lose anything if you try something different. So just sort of finding the common ground between you and your soon-to-be wife, who you did not know, I did not know, whatnot, but I had to learn something else, and he gave me a perspective that I would not have had without professional help. Forever grateful.
BetterHelp has been helping people find that kind of support for over 12 years. Connecting more than 5 million people worldwide with licensed therapists. With over 30,000 professionals on the platform, their matching process makes it easier to find the right fit.
And if it's not the right match, you can switch at any time. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward.
If you are ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TWU.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TWU.
So now going to the Pearsons, they arranged to have a dinner to meet with Malik's parents. What's Malik's last name? The Hodges.
The Hodges.
The Hodges family. And the Hodges family, played by Omar Epps and Marcia Stephanie Blake. Loved Omar Epps like my whole career. I frequently jest on the shows. Like if I mess up, Omar Epps will be here and will take my role. And they came close. They were like, this is the way to show how you can be out, Brown, if you don't mind your manners.
Keep it together.
And then Marcia Stephanie was one of 4 people who auditioned for Beth Pearson. Right? So it's like, we find a way to get him back into the show.
I think that's Dan's MO. It's like when he likes an actor, he finds a way to weave them back into, at least in my experience, I mean, Marcia Stephanie Blake is a perfect example. Alex Breckenridge, I think, is another example.
Sure.
Like, I just feel like there's these little examples throughout the course of the series of Dan being like, I like this person. Yeah. They got to be a part of the fabric somehow.
Right.
For sure.
Should we backtrack just a little bit to talk about the reason that they're inviting the Hodges over for dinner in the first place? So we kind of see before we actually see this date peppered throughout the episode, Deja sort of getting caught, I guess. She, Beth is sort of reprimanding her for skipping school.
Correct.
And I think collectively she and Randall decide, we need, these kids, we can't keep these kids away from each other, right? Like, how did that work out for Romeo and Juliet?
Right.
So we should get to know his parents, at least see who they are, and maybe together team up and recognize how are we going to keep these kids apart? Because I'm sure they're feeling the same way.
Totally.
They don't, it's like they're clearly not a great influence on each other if they're skipping school together.
Right.
So let's invite them over and let's figure out a plan of attack.
Sue has 2 episodes in a row of just delightful comic genius.
Oh, yeah.
And talking about
recruiting them to keep the kids apart.
Talking about her open-toed shoes.
An open mind.
Keeping it open.
Yeah. Do you see what I was like, what is she talking about? And she's like, look at my feet. And he's like, what? And she's like, open-toed shoes for an open mind. Like, what?
It's just good
That
writing.
is not
so dumb.
I don't make that correlation at all.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
It's so dumb and so delightful. I love the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
High heels for higher thinking.
Yeah, totally.
What?
I'm never going to remember
No
that.
one says that.
Not making that connection.
And she makes it like it's like a thing that I should know.
Yeah.
You know
She's pointing at her feet like.
That everyone knows. Yeah.
Open-toed shoes.
Keep an open mind.
That's why I have this open-toed boot. Anyway, the Hodges come over. Oh, well, we see them in their car talking to Malik. And you can see that Mom's a little bit more on edge, where it seems like Randall is the one who's more on edge in his house, and Mom seems a little bit more on edge in their family.
Yep.
Would you
yes,
say
that tracks.
At first, right? What is she talking about? Because Dad seems real cool. He's
Everybody seems to be having the same conversation. They're just disappointed, upset. Like, who is this girl? She's clearly a terrible influence on you, and the way that, you know your child, you know your daughter, and it's like, this is so not like her.
Right.
Who is this terrible delinquent influence on her? So it's like everyone's having the same conversation. They're just upset that they've both missed school.
Right.
Yeah.
And who are these parents? And oh, he's a councilman, and
There's clearly on both sides some sniff of class judgment.
Yep.
Right?
Listen,
a little whiff of it.
Little how are they not well, he's always out there working and she's doing the thing, and they must have hired help to watch the kids and vice it's like and this boy has a baby. So there's some class warfare brewing.
Yes.
Yeah. I think even in the course of the next few episodes, between the Hodges and even my own family, everybody talks about the size of my house. And they're this is the downgrade.
This is a downgrade?
This is downsizing?
This is beautiful.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I love that, everyone without fail. That's the first thing they say when they walk into your home. Wow.
Did you guys, I have a hard time picturing, I mean, maybe you did, but did you have any of these, have you ever had I don't know, this seems like a come to Jesus gathering over a relationship? I have a hard time believing any parents were ever upset having Mandy Moore come over.
I never had,
But-
this situation has not occurred in my own life.
Yeah.
You guys?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. There was
Really?
when I asked for Rachel's parents' blessing.
Yes.
I made a special trip to her hometown while she was traveling for work.
Okay.
And I hung out with her family, and I was there for like 3 days. And I was like, it's not the right moment. It's not the right moment. And it's like, all right, there's never a right moment. So on the last morning I was there at breakfast, I was like, so just so you know, like part of my plan here is to ask your daughter to marry me.
Yeah.
And like the tone shifted. Hold on, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
It's just there was a tone shift.
Yes.
That was like, oh, okay. And phone calls got made. Text messages went out, and I spent the next 3 or 4 hours talking to her parents, and slowly but surely her other family members started showing up at the house to join the conversation. Her sister, her other sister, her brother was not in town, or was he?
What was the conversation about?
It was just,
they just wanted to see you.
They were like, it was as if the board was being gathered to figure out
approval.
To give the decision.
Did you have the feeling that they were on your side, or were they
ish? There was definitely a vibe of an actor.
Okay.
Actors
yes.
are fake things for a living.
I've been there. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, you know.
Okay. Sure.
Which, you know, they're not wrong. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
But also it's like, yeah, it was I think, did we watch? No, we didn't watch home movies at that meeting. But there was definitely a convening of the board to discuss.
A meeting of the minds to see.
Yeah.
See,
is he worthy?
That's why I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Because she would have said, her mom would have said no.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll just jump past that.
So the Hodges make it to the house. And Randall is ready to warmly greet, etc. Gets promptly shushed by the mom because the baby is asleep.
Oh,
yeah, it's like, that's a lovely way to walk in.
Don't shush me when you walk into my house. But he was cool. He tried to be. He was
like, oh, okay.
But as an audience, I was like, you gonna shush me?
I felt Randall? The same way. I was like, ooh, that's not engendering kindness.
But then everybody starts to greet each other. Hey, how you doing? That's finally nice to meet you. Everybody's talking like this.
Yeah.
I freaking love that.
Really, everybody's got their mask on.
Yes.
Barely. It's like hanging off their face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Barely on.
But Malik's dad says, like, yo, man, I used to trick or treat in this neighborhood when I was young. And I always wanted to see what one of the inside of these houses looked like, man. So you must have broke the bank on this one. Or not.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
Yeah. Again, just these little class warfare, like
implying like how bougie they are.
Yeah.
Like,
Brandon's here. He like, I think Malik's dad just called us bougie. He goes, we are kind of bougie. He's like, but I don't want them calling me bougie.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, by the way, speaking of which, like I feel like my wife, who I love, who I chose, who I'm so happy to share. My wife is bougie, like born from it. Like she attended something called Jack and Jill when she was young. Some people know about that. Some people won't. When her parents retired, so she grew up in Stamford, Connecticut. I don't know if I told you guys this.
I think we talked about it while
she grew up in Stamford, but then they retired to Durham, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they had a house built up from the ground, but it's Durham, so it's, not as expensive as Los Angeles, but still. Do you know how big their house was?
Yes, I remember.
I told you this?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
What's the number?
It's like 20,000 square feet or something?
14,000 square feet. It's got like an elevator inside and everything. And I remember one time going to visit, because they have a room for her. It's almost like a wing that they have just for her when she comes home and everything. And she has a little 4-poster bed like she's friggin', Hermione Granger or some crap. And I walk into the room and it's all decorated and has like Ryan Michelle like lettering and like big brick, letters and everything. I said to her, I hope you don't expect this when we get married. And she's brought that up. Like this was like over 20 years ago. She's like, you remember when you said like I shouldn't expect this or whatnot? And I was like, yeah, because this is Two people live in the 14,000 square foot house.
That's crazy.
And the interesting thing about it is like for the longest time in our lives, it's like any sort of success I felt like I had, whether it was Army wives or anything, I felt like, well, I'm already sort of above what mom and dad did. And mom and dad would be like, look at you, man, that's good. But not above what her mom and dad did. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very interesting sort of negotiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's the face? You made it. What's the
No.
face?
It's just I'm just trying to wrap my head around all that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So wait, we essentially all sort of break up. The ladies go and they're talking to each other. She giving her a tour of the house. What happens with Beth and
they go upstairs.
Yes. And Darnell helps Randall with the food.
in the kitchen, right? And the kids are sitting in the living room and they're playing with the baby and everybody's having a good time, right?
And then Kelly asks Beth how long Deja has been with them and just remarks about how
Sister.
I know.
Sister.
You gotta
These two.
Wait a minute. I gotta
She
find.
talks about like how hard her life has been.
She talks about how hard it must be raising somebody else's child.
Yes.
And then Beth is like, yeah, it must be, right? I mean, you would know all about that. Raising your son's daughter, your grandchild, your granddaughter.
It's masterful.
It's masterful.
The microaggressions.
I mean, other than Kevin and Randall, this episode's the closest we come to violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's still to come. That's the season. Oh, Lord.
Is it this season or is it next 5?
No, it's
because
this
at the end
season.
Oh, that's right. Because flashing forward to 409.
Let's not jump.
Okay. I'm excited. God, you're right.
So it's funny because downstairs, it seems as if Randall and what's Malik's dad's name?
Darnell.
Randall and Darnell are sort of hitting it off, you know what I'm saying? And Randall's clocking a few things about him. Darnell's like sort of tatted up. He's noticing his tattoos, etc. He was looking over at the kids and just sort of marveling at the idea like one day you're somebody's whole world and then somebody else comes into it and you sort of get pushed to the side.
Yeah.
Right? And sort of just going through that grieving process of like, oh, there's another boy here. There's another guy here to occupy space, right? Not tripping, but just sort of like noticing the whole thing. Darnell clocks him clocking his tattoos. He looks at him. He didn't say anything. He's like, you want to say something? You can if you want to. Yeah. Darnell, cool.
Yeah.
He cool.
Trying.
Yeah.
He's being real
keeping
cool.
it cool.
Beth comes downstairs. She said, man, I need to talk to you. We got to get something out the pantry. I can't remember what it was.
But she says something like, lists 3 things that don't go together.
Yeah.
It's like the chips and the dip and the...
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know.
And the oil or something like...
You need my help for that?
We go to the pantry and we have pantry wine. He's like, you keeping wine in the pantry? She's like, look, man,
I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
Don't judge me. I got to make
this isn't even for tonight. She just keeps it in there all the time.
Just there. Every once in a while, I got to get a little nip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Take
a
the
glug.
edge off. And you can tell she's at her wit's end.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, this woman is pushing me. She's
Why
got
did she
my
say
last
she's going to make me leave my spirit?
Something like that.
It was a great phrase.
It was wonderful.
Lose my spirit.
She killed this whole episode.
Yeah.
We sit down for dinner. And I've had this happen. And this happened to Ryan and my sister-in-law, where we were about to celebrate Andrew's first birthday. And we were like running around like a first birthday party, trying to organize everything, whatnot. And we're like, all right, everybody, go ahead and sit down and eat. And then my sister-in-law goes, well, isn't somebody going to bless the food first? And Ryan was like, if you can't see me, you hear, I'm making a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like trying to collect yourself
trying to
and
get
take a
herself
breath.
together, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because like even in our house, we'll say grace. We won't say grace. Like we'll say like there's a thought that's happening that we're, blessing the food, whether it's internal or external, blah, blah, blah. But when folks come from out of town or whatnot, we're like, we should probably say grace so we don't have to catch grief from anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is what happens in this moment. Annie has a couple of zingers.
Yeah. There are certain family gatherings in our family where we don't just say grace. It's like an altar call for everybody to gather around. And my favorite is competitive praying.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly
You've
what you're
seen this,
talking
maybe
about.
from the South, where someone throws out a prayer.
Yeah.
Prayer, and then someone chimes in, and also, Lord, I would like to, or
like trying to top the
yeah.
prayer.
And if you forget something, and let us remember to bless the hands that prepared this meal.
Yeah.
May they be, all this type
of course, Lord, I would never forget to bless those hands.
Yes. And so then, Marsha Stephanie, mom, Kelly decides she says, Kelly, would you do the honors? And she does, but then in a very backhanded sort of way, like, even though some of us may forget to recognize you on a regular basis sort of thing. Yeah. Dude, it was... And then Randall's just like, all right, well, thanks for that. Pass the chicken.
She was bringing it.
Yeah.
I mean, every turn.
Just trying to keep things smooth and moving. So the dinner's going all right. Randall's talking to Darnell. Here, you got a body shop. Let me know if I can ever do anything for you. Darnell doesn't say anything. He's like, what, you're a Saul Brown man? Meaning, did you vote for the other person? Darnell's like, actually, I don't really mess around with politics and voting. I just take care of me and mine and what's happening on the block. Goes a little quiet, you know what I'm saying? As somebody who obviously ran for office and thinks that is an important part of, like, responsibility. It's like, different people do things different ways.
That's right.
Right? That's what's happening in it. Baby starts crying. Right?
Malik jumps up to go tend to the baby.
Malik pops up to take care of the baby and whatnot. I think Tess is like, can I help? And everybody's like, no, you sit your ass down. Yeah. And he's like, no, she likes new people. Please come help. So that happens. And then how does it escalate? Like what?
Well, and then Annie tells her like, oh, Deja, you're kind of like her stepmom. Which was a good zinger, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Faith had some good zingers in this episode.
Wrong thing to say.
Killing it.
Yeah.
And then they send the girls.
Everyone's like, no, she's not, definitely not.
Not doing that. He sends everybody to go upstairs or to go to their rooms or whatnot so that the adults can talk amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell you what I remember about this scene.
Yeah, I was like, and then the gloves come off. So
I'm going to tell you what I remember about this scene because, like, I remember Ken sort of like Ken was so deft and careful. He's like, I don't want it to be a parody and I don't want it to be sort of like bombastic or whatnot. I want it to feel lived in or what have you. Yo, put two sisters together that like have... He didn't have to worry about any of that.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't have to worry about none of it. Because I'm telling you, like, I think Omar probably felt the same thing that I did. Like, when they sort of escalate. So the escalation is...
Which is an interesting, real quick, a real interesting, like, sub-note of two actresses who competed for the same role.
This is very true.
Like...
It's very true.
Like, and here they are.
Here they are.
Face to face.
It's like, you want to show me something? I'm going to show you something right now.
Let's show you who won. I could have won.
Delivered.
Yeah.
And it was a situation about, like, we both agree that they shouldn't be together, right? But for different reasons. It's like, you clearly don't know what's going on with your daughter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She went to the movies with our son and everything, and what she didn't tell you, so clearly you don't know how to take care of that. And, like, I think Beth May said something about Malik being a young father or something. Did she?
Yeah.
Right? And so there's judgment going both ways. Randall chimes in at a certain point and says, look, we worked really hard to get Deja out of the situation that she was in, right? And we don't want to see her go back.
They're like, back?
Darnell's like, back to what? And then Randall's like, man.
You know what I mean.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean it. He's like, no, man, go back to
You were
what?
saying something. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, and it's like, never mind, y'all. Like, I just... And he caught himself, right?
Yeah.
He caught himself in a moment of bias or judgment that he didn't even know that he was holding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, Darnell starts to undress. And like, I, as an audience member, was like, why are you taking your shirt off?
I couldn't remember why he was either. I was like, whoa,
because from where I'm from, that means like,
we're
we
gonna
about
fight.
to scrap.
Yeah.
But
wasn't that sort of intended to be a bit of a misdirect? That he was like, okay.
Yeah.
And really, he's taking his shirt off to be like, I saw you all night staring at my tattoos.
Yep.
Like, I've lived this life and I've come a long way from it.
Yeah.
And it just like, it all illustrated like the bigger picture of like, everybody walked in with these preconceived notions of who everybody else was.
Yes.
And they weren't even open to like letting someone be who they truly were.
Right.
And they were doing that to their own children.
Yeah.
They walked in thinking they knew who Deja was. They walked in thinking they knew who Malik was. Yeah. And so this evening was just like to illustrate that like we all should have like just taken these notions off the table, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's funny to kind of like you were saying, they both, neither one wants their kids to be together.
Right.
But as soon as they find out why, now they're kind of fighting for them to stay together.
Sure.
Because now they know the reason that the opposing team is putting forward.
Yeah.
And it really has everything.
Because Malik's parents are like, you don't know Malik. He's like a straight A student.
Yeah.
And he's a really sweet boy and he's a good kid.
Yeah.
So like, don't write him off. You can see him as like one thing, or you can see him as what.
But you're not going to write him
as this
off.
fully fleshed out, formed human that he really is. And the same with Deja. The same could be said for everybody in this scene. So
turns out it was a parental issue the entire time.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So they apologized to Deja. They said she's grounded. You know what I'm saying? For a week because she did lie or whatnot, but you are allowed to see Malik.
Supervised?
Will be supervised, right? Either at our house when one of us is here or at his house when one of his parents is there. And they ask her to tell them about him, right? And she says like he's warm and nice and he's the kind of person that everybody notices when he walks into a room and just sort of regales like the loveliness of Malik, and that sort of dovetails into the kiss that they shared earlier in the night. It's a good storyline.
It's a great storyline.
It's a really good storyline. It's one that like I'm really was excited about because rare is the opportunity, and even in the past too, where you get a chance to see many different Black folks on a mainstream television show that have very different perspectives and points of view that don't always align with one another. You know what I'm saying? It was really fun to do. So that was cool.
We have that in this storyline too, this other storyline with Jack and Rebecca.
This is what I was about to say. This is like my favorite storyline. I love this storyline.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Let's get into it.
So Jack and Rebecca are having Mr. Lawrence, Randall's teacher that he is enamored with, him and his wife over for dinner.
Yep.
And we find Jack getting very dressed up.
Yes, we do.
He has on a blazer and a tie.
I always wear blazers.
Yeah, and Rebecca's like really giving him crap about it.
Yeah.
And she finds it curious that he invited Mr. Lawrence over because Kevin's been asking forever for them to have his teacher over.
The nurse.
The school nurse.
Yeah, the nurse, not the teacher.
We quickly find out why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she has big boobs.
She got big boobs.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And Jack sort of writes it off like, no. Like, Randall loves this teacher. Like, we should have him over. It's not a big deal. It's not, So he arrives.
We also see Mr. Lawrence getting ready with his wife.
Oh, that's right.
And I just wanted to point out.
Yes.
His wife. So it's Brandon. What's Mr. Marshall's real name?
Brandon Scott.
Brandon Scott. He was on something else at the time too that I can't remember. But he's a really wonderful actor. And then his wife is Sky P. Marshall.
Yeah.
Who's on Matlock right now.
She's wonderful.
Really good.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
They both.
And she just had like a couple of scenes and she popped.
She totally popped. And also I just remember her being on, both of them were so warm. They were so happy to be there. But like, when somebody's just like comfortable in their skin.
Yeah.
Like she exudes it in this part. Like that very much was her essence on set too. It was just sort of like so happy to be here. And like, I would be terrified to like walk onto any set. You know what I mean? That like where you're just popping on for a guest star.
Yeah.
When you were hooking up with Vinny Chase, were you terrified?
Yes, I was very nervous.
Were you really?
Yes, because you're like you're jumping into someone else's world and it's a well-oiled machine and everyone knows each other and you're just like, coming in for your day or two of work or something. So I always admire when guest stars are able to like walk in with this sort of confidence, know what they're there to do and execute it and like enjoy it while it's happening too. They both were very much that ilk of actor.
They're great.
Enjoying it while it's happening.
Yes.
Is
still learning that?
Yes.
Yeah. Truly same.
God,
Same.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You guys are so good.
I find it like after the fact, I'd be like, I wish that was great. I wish I had like been a little bit more comfortable in the moment to like take a breath and just like enjoy it instead of like racking my, giving myself an anxiety attack.
It's a form of PTSD too for the industry that we're in, right? Where everything is delayed, where it's like,
yes,
all right,
delayed gratification.
The audition was fine, but
don't get excited.
It will have been fine if I get it. Okay, I got the job. All right, this is great news. I mean, it will be great news if the pilot gets picked up. I mean, the pilot will have been good if the show gets picked up.
So enjoying in the moment
and
is
it's just
difficult.
like, all of a sudden, you've done 6 seasons, and it's not that I didn't have incredible amounts of moments of enjoying this while it was happening, but like you look back and you're like, how often? I just heard somebody say this on another podcast, and I was like, what a better way to do it. Like where people, certain people, they delay their joy and they expect the worst. And they're like, and then if it happens, great.
Okay.
But what this guy was saying was, he goes, as soon as I get it, I picture that I have it. And I feel those feelings of having it.
Yeah.
And then I get like a month or 2 of like, oh, this is a thing. And I get the month or 2 of joy.
Yeah.
And then a day or 2 of disappointment if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Versus a month or 2 of disappointment.
Yeah.
And a little bit of joy.
Yeah. Man.
So flip it. You flip it.
Flip the percentage.
He's flipped.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're a natural flipper.
Yeah.
I guess so. But you guys are so good. Like, it actually surprises me to hear that you aren't.
I wouldn't say that's like my baseline, but I definitely like, I think I'm try to be more intentional about the practice of being present and appreciating something while it's happening instead of waiting for it to be over and reflecting back on the past with appreciation.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. And these 2 actors both left you with that
impression of like, oh wow, that does seem like a better way to do it.
That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have a conversation, and it seems as if both men, Mr. Lawrence and Jack, have like a little bit of juice going into this dinner, right?
Yes. And their wives are both clocking it.
Totally.
They're both clocking it, and they're both right, and they're both wrong. Right? There's a little bit of like, Mr. Lawrence's wife is like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like there's a little like, he's up to a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Even
because
if
he was looking at books to possibly bring to the house, and they're about the blacketest of books.
Yes.
Black consciousness poetry.
Yeah.
To bring to his only Black students
home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With his white parents. He's like, I got something for you that you don't have.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Jack is, dressing himself up and putting on a bit of an air that is like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
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 More That Was Us after this short break. Fall always makes me want to hit reset on my wardrobe. Cooler days, fresh starts, and pieces that feel as good as they look. That's exactly what Quince is for, making it easy to look polished and stay comfortable and save big without giving up on quality.
Totally. Quince is basically the shortcut to fall staples. 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters that start at just $50. Washable silk tops, denim that actually fits. It's designer-level style without the designer price tag.
Fall is back, and I bought a bunch of their outerwear pieces last fall, but I cannot wait to dig out of the closet. Do not sleep on their outerwear. They got these wool coats. They look like something out of a boutique on Fifth Avenue, people, but they cost a fraction.
Where you wear your coat, bro?
The fall collection that I have one of their pea coats. I have a leather jacket, and I bought a bunch of these like kind of mid-weight shackets.
A shacket? A shirt jacket?
A shirt jacket.
I love
shackets.
Okay.
That I cannot wait to layer up. It is layering season, and Quince helps me get layered, y'all.
I love that.
What I also love is how Quince keeps prices low. They partner directly with ethical, top-tier factories, so there's no middlemen. So you're paying for real quality that lasts. And it's not just clothes. I mean, you guys, sheets, towels. We were telling Sterling this. I mean, you're not going to find better linen sheets anywhere.
I believe
I'm
you.
wearing
my words.
My Quince wedding band right now and my Quince gold chain.
Look at you.
I'm a Quince prince. Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince.
Go to quince.com/TWU for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
That's QUINCE.com/TWU
to get free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/TWU.
All right, so the Lawrences come over. They exchange pleasantries or what have you. Randall's showing Mr. Lawrence his room and
also the handshake.
Tell me about that. Did I miss the handshake?
Mr. Lawrence and Randall have a handshake. Like he comes in and greets Jack and meets Rebecca and stuff, and then with Randall they have a whole
There's
thing.
a whole Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
About how Obama greets like all the black people in the receiving line, and then the white people go in for a hug, and he's just like, "Hey, how you doing?"
God, I
exactly.
miss that show.
And guys, it is a thing. Like it happens naturally. Like it's like the expectation is like, oh yeah, you'll probably want this, but my man is gonna want this.
He's gonna want a whole thing.
Yeah.
I will say I have a bit of anxiety when I'm coming in for a black handshake to see if I'm going to be honored with the assumption that I can do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
You know what I mean? Like if you're watching, so there's this handshake, right? There's this.
Yes.
And then if it's somebody I know or if they see something in me and they're gonna give me the straight up the three, and I'm like
1, 2, 3.
But I'm like, I can't initiate it. Do I initiate it?
Or you just wait for it to happen?
You have to. I'm telling you, there's like a moment where I'm like,
is this happening?
Because I know it's definitely going to happen if they come in like this.
If it comes,
great, clear
totally.
sign.
Yes.
Like a paw.
Yeah.
Like this. Then we're starting. We're starting.
We're already there.
Yeah.
It's a two-step.
We're already there.
It's a two-stepper. But if it's a three-stepper, I don't know if we're going past the first step or not.
That really got Sterling. That really got Sterling.
Because I never thought about the anxiety from the other side.
I'm glad I could talk about it.
Oh, the handshake
in a safe
was great.
Space.
Thank you for not letting us miss that. The handshake was wonderful.
It was great.
It's also Jack seeing.
It's Lila's expression too. I was like, oh,
confusion.
Shit.
Complete
no.
confusion.
It was like him clocking it and like, oh wow, they do that. Okay, something I don't share with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So they go to the Randall's bedroom. And I love, it's just like black nerds uniting. He's like, I see what you did there, Randall. He's like, but you missed one. Right? He has not alphabetized, but in order of the year of publishing.
Yeah.
Right? Has the books laid out.
But you made one mistake.
Yeah.
Here, right around here.
Yeah, let me take this book out. I'll extract this here.
Kevin comes in.
Kevin's great.
He's like a grown-up Randall.
Holy crap, he says. It's a grown-up Randall.
And so Jack.
Also, can we clock Jack.
Yes.
Talking about the different kinds of wood he could have used. That, because he's like talking about, I built it. I built a shelf.
Did he say, my dad bought this for me? Is that what, and then he's like, or made it or got it or something like that?
My dad got this for me.
Yeah, and then Jack's
built.
I built it. I built it from this kind of wood or whatever.
Oak.
I could have used this wood.
Birch.
Too
I could have possibly used that wood or whatever. And he's like, I think is it you that says?
Yeah, you could stop listing woods now, Joe.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah.
This is so good. I'm going to tell you a little story about this storyline in a second because I remember the writers pitching it out, but I want to finish the storyline first.
Okay.
Because they go down to the dinner.
They start talking about different kinds of dinosaurs, and it gets really awkward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like theropods and something it only to further illustrate their deep connection.
Yeah.
That Mr. Lawrence knows this about Randall. Randall shared this side of it's like they're just two peas in a pod.
He says something under his breath. I didn't know you know so much about dinosaurs or something like that. He says something under his breath.
It's an awkward moment.
But also, his teacher is like, when we start talking about dinosaurs, it can get pretty intense.
Yeah.
And at this point, I slide to Jack, and I'm like, okay.
That's my son.
We get it.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys have a connection.
Yeah.
Great.
Like, take it easy.
And then sweet Rebecca, I think to just kind of keep the conversation rolling, admires Mrs. Lawrence's earrings. And she's like, oh, thank you. They're from Taste of Afro Soul.
Yeah.
And they're all like,
Yeah.
What is that? What?
A frickin' jewelry store.
Yeah.
Well, she says it's a
Exactly.
it's a festival or something that they have once a month, cultural festival once a month with all these different vendors.
Yeah.
And they have some really cool stuff. And
Jack's like, well, I'll take my family.
Well, Randall says, next time you guys go, would it be okay if I came with you? And they're like, no, but that's okay. Right, like I'll take you if you need to. And when Mr. Lawrence has his own family, he can take them to that. Everybody's just like,
"Oh boy, it's not going well in the past.
Shots fired.
It's not going well in the present. It's not going well in the past.
His family. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus, Jack.
okay,
Yeah, that's when Rebecca.
Just a subtle dressing down.
Disappointed face.
yes. And then I think Kev chimes in. Kev and Annie are doing the same thing.
They are.
It's like, this is way better than anything.
Yeah, it's better than dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jack says, I'll take the family too.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, maybe you should.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe
Like
you should.
nobody backs down.
Nope.
Right? And I think we're used to like seeing like people sort of quiver to Jack Pearson, but Mr. Lawrence is like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Like whatever you got, I can give it right back to you.
Yeah.
And they do that all the way up until the end. They say goodbye. They walk out the house.
Well,
no, go for
sorry.
it, please.
Rebecca does kind of like, oh, let's go. Is it like, let's go put some plates in the kitchen or whatever. And she basically tells him like, don't make our son make this choice.
Yes.
Don't make him choose between you and Mr. Lawrence because he will choose you.
Yeah.
And therefore he will be missing out on something that he really needs.
Right.
Like he needs this connection with a Black man.
Yes.
This is something we can't provide him. And I love that Rebecca is sort of like catching that.
Yes.
And sort of trying to appease to Jack's like better self of like, just don't, you're going to regret this if you continue pushing this and trying to make this point, right?
Correct.
So then
excellent. Yep.
The Lawrence, they do leave.
They leave. And then I think you give them a look, don't you?
Yeah, like you need to go out and make amends with Mr. Lawrence.
He goes out, he calls Corey after dinner, and he says, sometimes my son has asked me these questions over the course of his life, and I always come up with something to say. But lately the questions he's been asking me are a bit more complicated, and I'm finding that I don't have the answers.
Right.
So there's like an admittance of vulnerability,
Yeah.
which is really, that's big.
That's big for Jack.
That's big for any dad.
For anybody.
But like, it is truly big for Jack to talk to this man and be like, there are things that I realize now that I may not be able to give my son that you could. And he says, like, I can't teach him how to be Black. And Mr. Lawrence is like,
yeah, don't do that.
No, you can't. Don't do that, right? And so then he goes and he gets this book of Langston Hughes poems, and he says, listen, I was going to bring this. My wife told me to leave it, but I think now might be the appropriate time to give it to Randall, right? And there's sort of a peace offering of sorts.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I think even Mr. Lawrence says, like, I came to this school to teach because I wanted to be the best and to teach amongst the best, knowing full well that I'd probably be the only one that was there. And then I met your son, and I felt just like I had a little connection, a little kinship, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's also admitting that, like, if I did overstep, like, know that it was coming from the purest of places, even if it was an overstep, right? Mm-hmm. So there's, that happens. And then this is, guys, Lonnie Chavis.
Oh,
let me tell you something.
Oh my God,
this little boy can act.
Yeah, beyond.
Because to understand, like, to recite a poem is one thing.
Yeah.
But to understand it, Jack brings the book of poems up to him and whatnot. And what does he say? He says, maybe I could read it to you. He's like, you're going to read poetry or something? He's like, yeah, I can read poetry or something. And he goes, I actually memorized.
My favorite.
Yeah, one of them. And he goes, yeah, let me hear it. And this kid recites, I too. And you're like, and it's a poem about like how Black folks in America are relegated to sort of the unseen, right? I'm put in the kitchen to eat, but I eat and I grow strong. And one day I will be strong enough that, like, I too am American. I too belong. I too am a part of the fabric of this country, right? And the way he says it, bro, How old was he?
12?
12?
Yeah. I know. But from the jump, let's be honest, with Lonnie, he was just like so remarkable.
Kid can act.
But yeah, it's like the subject matter, his delivery, his performance, like all of it. It was like, oof, this is so powerful.
That shit hit me hard.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
Same. I think that's
that was it. But I also just wanted to say that. So this storyline was important to me.
Yeah, please.
Because I was talking to the writers about how I had this coach. Did I talk about this? We had this black coach. We had no black educators at my high school. And this one guy came, and he came my senior year, and he was a coach. His name was Eric Bain, and he coached the basketball team. And all 5 of the black guys in my class out of 126 students, we were like, it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's our time, right? And we were so full of hope. And this guy, he did not see in himself an opportunity to be of benefit to the black boys in our class the same way that Mr. Lawrence was looking to be of benefit to Randall. And I'm so glad to see that example on our show.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't what I experienced in life or whatnot. Because I'd waited my whole education to see somebody black as an educator, as a mentor or whatnot. Yeah. And he was just like, I'm just here for the check. And I was like,
what a missed opportunity.
It was a missed opportunity. Yeah. It's a
I'm
great
sorry.
episode. Thank you.
Yeah, no, this episode was wonderful. And again, it's like it just further digs us deeper into this world, like expanding on like meeting Malik's parents. Like it's just, it's so interesting. Like I think I came out of this episode with a deeper appreciation for Malik. I think he was so charming and likable from the very beginning.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was nice to get this more fully realized picture. And we're actually going to speak to Asante.
We are indeed.
After this quick break.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more of That Was Us.
All right, welcome back to a very special conversation. We are talking to Asante Blackk. He's originally from Maryland. One of his first professional roles was in How I Learned to Be a Kid at the Howard Theater in Washington, after which he got his first agent. He was cast as 14-year-old Kevin Richardson in the miniseries When They See Us in 2019.
Oh, incredible.
The role earned him a Primetime Emmy Award nomination, making him one of the youngest nominees in its history. Right?
That's so incredible.
He appeared as a series regular on, of course, This Is Us from 2019 until the show ended in May 2022, for which he was nominated for a Critics' Choice Television Award.
Look at this guy.
I mean, come on, man. He made his film debut in Corey Finley's Landscape with Invisible Hand, which was released in August 2023. He later appeared in Story Ave, which was released in September of 2023. Let's talk to Asante. Asante, are you there?
What's good, bro?
There he is.
Hey.
Look at Black looking
fantastic.
all grown up, bruh.
You see me? You see I got the little something coming in?
That goes all the way around. That goes all the way down and back.
We gotta get the cheeks to fill in, but it's coming.
The cheeks come
a little bit.
Shaving. I remember the first time. It took me a while for the goatee to connect.
Yeah.
The goatee connected like at age 21 or 22. It took me a minute.
It's a process of patience. You got to let it grow long and then shave it all away.
Is that how it goes?
Long and shave.
What is the process?
That's the secret of your success. I still can't grow.
It's about gardening.
Black, how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good, man.
Are you in LA? Are you where you at these days?
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm going back and forth right now between LA and Maryland. You know, my family is back there, and so as much as we out here grinding, we staying grounded as well. So
I heard that.
Yeah, I'm good.
So remember this, guys. When Black started, he still had a K next to his name, right? And so his family would be out here. You always have to have one guardian with you at all times, whatever.
Yes.
And in the middle of the show, we got a chance to work Black for 12 hours. So it means like once you turn 18, it's like you have 8 hours before, and then it goes to 12 hours. What was the shift like for you, man?
What was that transition
did you feel the difference?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That transition was just like, it for me, there was a moment where I was like, really? Like, you guys you sure you need another one? Like, I feel like that was my best. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I gave it, hey, but listen, it's not about me, right? Look, we a team, we collaborating, you know what I'm saying? I'll be there for y'all.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, like, you know, I realized like, wow, like we in the big leagues. Like, this is what I always told myself I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting a chance to really show up in that way. And like going from, you know, turning 18 on This Is Us, and like, you know, just being around y'all and seeing how y'all carried yourselves, and then being able to go to other sets, that really prepared me, man. Like, y'all made sure that K that was there was that K. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as Asante Blackk turned to Asante Blackk, you feel me? That was a little different. I don't know if y'all can feel the energy change.
Is it interesting now, like after like your career up to a certain point, always having family around, and now I'm assuming you're out here on your own terms, like by yourself or whatnot. Like, talk to us a little bit about navigating life, grown and sexy. Like, how's it going?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Tell him,
Blackk. It's hard to be that sexy.
Listen. It's you know, I am a man of faith.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I make sure I talk to God every single day.
I heard that, brother.
Because, you know, we got things that we focused on. We got things that we came into this industry for. I'm the type of person where, like, you know, as much as me and you have talked about it, Brown, like, as much as I'm out here putting my everything into my acting, there's also, you know, the writing that I do. Yeah. There's also, I've just recently started to dive into directing. I'm directing music videos now. So
tell us about this musical equipment you are currently surrounded by.
Yeah, man.
Surrounded by, oh man, we are actually gearing up right now to drop an EP. I produce, I rap. I actually just started. It's crazy timing too, because so there's the show Snowfall.
Yeah.
Super popular from like 2018 to 2022, something like that. Maybe even a little bit before then. But they're doing a spinoff, and my character, let's just say he's musically oriented, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And, you know, it was kind of like perfect timing to be able to move out of my parents' spot. I move into my friend's spot. He's moving back home. He's like, hey, bro, just take all the music equipment, figure it out, like learn, like, you know, study up, do what you got to do to really, you know, put your all into this character. Nice. And so, look, man, when I say being grown and sexy, it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, so Asante, was music something that you were doing before this role, or is it something now that, okay.
Yeah, my whole life, life. And like you guys know, like, you know, Mandy, like it's interesting being an artist that has so many facets of themselves that they want to share with the world.
Yeah.
You know, you're always like figuring out, oh man, how do I do it in a way that is, you know, maybe not overwhelming, or how am I making sure that people aren't confused? Wait, you're on this and now you're doing this, right? And so, I'm just taking this time. I'm taking this time to focus, to really make sure that I'm treating this the same way I would my sides, you know, or you know, the you know, callback sides or whatever. You know, this is you know, what I've been blessed with. I've been blessed with this opportunity, and like music is just something that it's had a very personal and spiritual connection, you know, to my life. And so I'm just excited to be able to focus up and dive into this next chapter. Yeah.
Look at this.
So exciting.
Look at this.
Can you take us back? How did you get involved in acting? Was I know.
Take back.
Was it something like, is it a family business? Is it just something that you found on your own and decided to pursue? And then I want to also ask, like, how This Is Us came into your life.
You about to find some stuff out.
Paint the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's really weird. You know, it's almost like one of those stories where like things kind of just lined up exactly how they were supposed to be. You know, nobody ever told me to act, and I never had to ask to, you know. It was kind of just like what I just did, you know. You know, we all had these stories of like being kids and entertaining our parents, you know, and our siblings and doing these stories with them. But my real first introduction to the craft was in preschool, you know, and my
the
best
craft in
friend,
preschool,
yeah, come on now. That's
In
when we out
diapers.
there doing whatever. We showing up. You said what play is this again? I'm pretty sure I don't know any of those lines. But you know, they kids, they doing their thing. And my best friend to this day, his mother actually was the math and science teacher, but she wanted to bring an arts program to the school just to, you know, make sure that we had something at that young age to be able to, you know, really put our energy into. And, you know, I think that I was kind of lucky in a way because being that young, you know, that was the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, where we get to go on stage and dance around and sing and, you know, and it was just a blast, you know? And so like, you know, doing that, I think that it was just meant to be, you know what I'm saying? I got down on one knee at that moment, 6 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that this was exactly what I wanted to be doing. And it followed me. It just followed me until I was finally of that age where I had to, you know, your parents start getting into high school. All right, that was fun. But what you gonna do now?
Right.
And that's when, you know, you got to kind of take things into your own hands. And so I did as much as I could. I did whatever I could to study up. I did whatever I could to buy as many books as I could. Did all the plays in high school. And you know, I'm like I said, I'm a big believer in like spirit and spirituality and universe and all of that. And I guess that the universe just heard me.
Yeah.
And it saw all of the energy that I was putting into this job that I didn't have.
Right.
I was in high school still, and I got the opportunity after my junior year of high school. So summer going into senior year, I, you know, been putting in this work 4 years, just grinding it day in, day out. I loved it. And there was this opportunity on casting networks that said, we were looking for 5 young boys between the ages of 13 and 18 to play 14 to 16. The story is about 5 young kids in Central Park in New York City in 1989 who were falsely accused of a beating and rape that they did not commit. And I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like really familiar. And my parents, they make sure that me and my siblings are educated on everything that happens in this country, everything, you know?
Yeah.
We're not leaving anything out. And so I go and do a little bit more research, and I see that this is the story of the now exonerated 5.
Yeah.
And it just clicked. I knew I've been putting in all of this work for all of this time. I ain't about to wait on my agents no more. You know what I'm saying?
You felt it.
I'm about to find this dude's email. I'm about to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, you know, it was a process, but everything just, you know, I stayed patient. I stayed humble. I stayed true, faithful. And
wait, tell me about the audition, because this is the break. Like, tell me about the audition and the process of getting this job. Don't skip this. This is good.
I want to hear.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So at this point, you know, like I said, parents, you know, you get to high school, they're like, all right, you got to figure something out, you know what I'm saying? But my parents, they knew that I wanted it bad and essentially said, you want this bad, you need to go out and find your own representation. You know, we live in Maryland. I don't know where you're going to do it, but if you really want it, you're going to do it, right?
Okay.
And I did. You know what I'm saying? I found a little boutique manager that hooked me up with a boutique agency in New York. So I was able to travel and take the train from Maryland all the way up to New York for the day. And we would go up there for this audition that would last 5 minutes, me and my dad. And then we would go around eating halal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then come back and get back on the train or the bus or whatever it may have been at the time. I went in there and I just remember I was doing so much preparation for this role. You know, the character that I was auditioning for at the time had a little bit of like a lisp and like you know, just things that I was able to play with. And I go in there and I'm thinking to myself, it's now or never. I got to put it all out there. It's a little bit of a trick for any actors that's watching. Don't ever think it's now or never, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's
Too much
not.
pressure.
And let's go again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Not one shot. Yeah.
Exactly. But man, I bombed that audition. At least I thought I did.
Really? You did not feel good?
It was terrible. I got out of there, and all of the energy that was focused, I was so locked in. I go in, I do my thing, and I get out. I'm just like, well, like, all right, well, I'll get the next one. Like, I'll be all right. You know?
Okay.
And this was a process, man. This was a process. I end up going back home. I don't hear anything for a little while. And maybe like a couple of months go by.
Wow.
And my team, they reach out to me. They're like, hey, so they're coming back to this thing. They're really ready to start getting into it. Ava DuVernay would love to see you in LA. What? I ain't never been to LA before. This is like, man, this is like the time period where I have a screenshot on my laptop of the view of LA because I knew I wanted to be there,
Really?
And Ava DuVernay wants to see Asante Blackk in LA.
Come on,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is, I'm like, okay. I ain't even gonna question it. I guess I did do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yes.
I see her in LA, man. It's an amazing experience. She's just so warm, and I'm doing chemistry reads with a few other guys. And, it ends up being that thing that you hear as actors often. That was amazing. We'll stay in touch, But, it took another 3 months for me to hear anything back.
Man,
after that.
really?
That's too long.
Oh my goodness.
Too long.
I was sitting on pins and needles, man. And I even remember just having such an alignment with this role, which, by the way, is not the role that I ended up getting. We'll get there. But this role specifically, I was so locked into it. But 2 weeks later, my agent reaches back out. Hey, so, Ava really loved your audition, and she really loved you in the room. And unfortunately, they have found their Corey Wise. Yeah. Oh my God, man. I've been auditioning for this part for 5 years. Sure. Not damn near, 5 years. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. They found their Corey Wise. But they want you to come in and they want you to audition for Kevin Richardson, right? At this point, I've made the rounds. I've been in New York. I've been in LA. I'm home. It's the summertime. I'm getting ready to be a senior. So they're like, just self-tape it, and we'll have you do that. This is like, okay, now it's all in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know. This situation where you're like, okay, all right,
starting over. What else can I do, right?
Yeah, you've seen me do the thing. Yeah,
exactly. I get on that tape, man, and that's quite possibly one of the greatest audition tapes anyone's ever seen in the audition tape. I told him, I showed him straight up, this is the one. Y'all go. Anyways,
yeah.
2 days later, I get a phone call, right? It's an LA number. Who is calling me from LA? Who is calling me from this? This is he. Oh, yes, this is Ava DuVernay. I just enjoyed your tape so much. It was absolutely amazing. And your choices that you made, your transitions were beautiful. The way that you were able to go from beat to beat. I knew that I wanted you in this project, but we just found somebody who was able to play Corey Wise at older and younger, and we could stick with the same actor. So it had nothing to do with your performance, but I wanted you in it. And my casting director goes, well, we still don't have Kevin. Yes, bring me him as Kevin. And when we said we need him on tape, and you did it. You did what we thought you could do. And I'm so excited to invite you to come to work with us in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Holy.
After waiting months.
Yeah.
Lord.
You know what?
Down to the wire.
Let's do it. So that's the story, man. And
wow.
That's amazing. Dude, thank you for sharing that.
This Is Us must have been a cakewalk.
Yeah, exactly. Comparatively.
This Is Us was just audition.
Yeah.
It was just an offer,
Wasn't it an offer?
No. That was an audition.
It was an audition. Okay.
Yeah. Also, right next to the When They See Us audition is one of the greatest. Just if you know what I'm saying, they got to put out a school of auditions one day. I might have to do it myself because ask Kay, ask Josh, ask everybody. That was phenomenal. That was an audition, and it was the scene where Malik is coming home.
Yeah.
And his mom goes, don't wake up that baby. And Malik's like, whatever. I'm going to go talk to my little girl. Yes. Right. And it's the big reveal that, oh, this isn't your sister. This is your kid.
Right.
And, during that moment, man, I decided, I don't know. I think I was just listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder during that time. So I started singing in the scene, which wasn't in the scene, but, just my girl is asleep, right? So I'm going to start singing Isn't She Lovely, And, I'm singing it to her and, just having a moment with this teddy bear that's in my hands. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not a real person. But, that was Yeah, there were, it's interesting, man. There was something there in that role too that like really made me like, oh wow, I got to show up differently for this because, and I've talked about it before, but I had never seen a kid my age be treated with that level of respect and care, on television. So, and like, I'm curious, like when you guys found out about that arc, like, what did you all think? What was you all's reaction to this 17-year-old or 16 at the time, right?
Yeah.
Who has a child and is supposed to be joining this family, right?
I think like the same way that I feel like Dan masterfully does with most characters that he thinks society will relegate and sort of put in a very specific box as like, this is the totality of who you are. He has the ability to lovingly humanize and make you a fully fleshed out person and then present that to the world in a way that hopefully they will never do that again. You know what I'm saying? They will never even think about just being like, oh, this person is that, and clearly they don't deserve my respect, they don't deserve my time, they don't deserve any of that. And then they get a chance to see an example of someone who's like, oh, actually what I thought was just this is a fully beautiful, capable, vivacious, like vibrant human being.
Yeah.
And that's what I was joyous
There's
about.
actually never a moment with Malik where you don't respect this young man. You know what I mean? Like there's never like a red herring or like a misdirect.
There's the point where he may go and work for the dude that his dad used to work with in the past, but he's also like,
for noble reasons.
Preschool costs $10K. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got to figure this out.
I got to do whatever I have to do for my daughter. It's like, wow. I mean, you can't fault someone for that.
And so all of the like getting to know that character comes through we were just talking about in this episode, but the parents who have the skewed view of who this young man might be, but his parents know exactly who he is.
Yes,
and that's an interesting perspective on Dan's way of like, not only is he gonna show you this full human being, he's never even gonna give you a moment. To doubt this young man.
Right.
I mean, and we really don't, at least that we've seen so far.
No.
Not at all.
You were great, dude. Like, tell us a little bit, because we're just watching 407 now. So tell us a little bit about that time in Philly with Lyric and sort of working with her through like that first date and everything, and what you remember about the process of working with her, about that storyline, and about the dinner that we did later on.
Oh man, I just remember like that whole episode being so fun to work on, because like, man, first of all, you, Brown, don't know how to take nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That's
like,
true.
That's never has a truer statement been made on this
I'm
podcast.
Mr. Malik, and dude, I'm trying to come through and like, and represent myself well to Mr. Pearson, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember this very specific moment where like, I'm introducing myself and I go, hello, Mr. Pearson, nice to meet you. And I go for a dap, but he goes for the formal shake, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going for the dap. I see him go for the formal and I change it real quick. I go, yo, like that was probably such a funny moment on screen, but after the take was over, he would not stop talking about it. He's like, yo, like when you getting ready to meet, it's like that meme with Barack Obama. He's dapping people up and then
we just talked about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
And as much tension as there was, like we really did have to get to the meat of like what this issue was, with these young kids who like obviously had fell in love, and like, man, I just loved that episode of like, the courting process. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that is lost in Black entertainment a lot of the time. It's like, sure. I think that a lot of the time we see the end result, they're either already hooking up or they already have their family, or, they're whatever, right? But that process of actually showing somebody that you want them, that's special, and that you're serious, know? And so that was such a fun episode to like just, really tap into. I'm not gonna lie, that was a cakewalk. Like I'm a lover boy at heart. So like it's easy for me to like, you know what I'm saying? I was like showing Lyric around. I was having a great time, just making sure she had a good time.
Yeah.
And being able to react off of her, man, like, wow, yeah. Just thinking back on like just the pieces of this phenomenal cast, man. She expertly breathed life into that role.
She got soul, bro. Y'all both do.
Yeah.
Both of you guys together are just extraordinary. Like from the jump, just that first introduction when you're eyeballing her at that barbecue, I'm like, oh, this is something. This is special. And you're right. I was just saying as we were recounting the episode, like seeing this courtship is so tender and beautiful and sweet. And it's like, if you're a human being and you've ever been in that position as a young person before, it immediately takes you back.
Totally.
And it's so beautifully illustrated by the two of you. And
Then there's also that moment from like the other side, right? Where, I think that a lot of, like, I've experienced this. I've actually experienced, like, this is a recurring, I don't want to say recurring thing, but like this happens a lot, I'm somebody who, I like something, I like it, I'm passionate, and I want to be able to, kind of show the world, just a little bit of happiness, and a little bit of love in times where, like, the world almost doesn't seem like it's nurturing it. And so, a lot of the time as a man, I think that courtship process, you get from the other side, from the woman, what do you want from me? What's your game here? What are you trying to gain?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna be honest, like it's really interesting too, because I guess that as humans, like whenever we're courting somebody, of course we want something, right? We want companionship, if it's that, or we want a shoulder to cry on, a ear to listen. But that hesitation from the other side, from women to kind of give themselves up to an emotion that maybe is so strong.
Yeah, bro.
Man, it's hard, because I just be like, come on, baby, like I'm cool, like, what I'm saying.
But
I
Black,
can take my time if you need me to.
Black, you know
like,
better than anybody else. In order to risk being loved means to risk being hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's a vulnerability of opening yourself and sharing yourself with someone that says, like, okay, I'm trusting you with my heart. If it goes bad, then you have the ability to hurt my heart. So there's gonna be some reticence, big dog.
Yeah.
You know how to take your time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you. It's about what I'm offering up. And I don't necessarily share this part of myself with very many people.
Yeah.
So it takes a moment, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my two. Listen, tell us about the spinoff, because you've given us generously
so
of your
much
time.
Of your time.
You look handsome, big dog. You look good. I'm happy to see you. I'm gonna have to give you a call and just check up with you. Tell us what's going on with you right now, and tell us, do you know the name of the spinoff and when does it shoot? And hopefully it'll get picked up and then they'll be able to see it. Tell us what's going on with you.
Yeah. So, we don't have a title yet. We still pending. We're still in the works, but we have shot the pilot, which is phenomenal. And essentially, spin off of Snowfall. So for those that don't know, Snowfall was a series that really centered around the crack epidemic in 80s LA, and how cocaine was this, huge party drug that was being used by everybody. And it turned into something that was, as much as it was already sinister, it turned into something that was even more, And so this spinoff that we're doing essentially follows up right after that story and shows the output of what the crack epidemic in 80s LA did to the West Coast hip hop influx in 90s.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So in the 90s in LA, you obviously have NWA, you have Too Short.
What does NWA stand for? I'm serious. Don't say it. Go ahead. Keep going.
He grows with attitude. But like hip hop was booming, especially in the West Coast at that time, because it came from the East Coast in the 80s, and then the West Coast had all of this just pent up aggression from the way that the government really did target these Black communities with coke, with crack, to break apart the family and essentially, kind of start our own war zones. And that's where these gangs came from. So, the world is a little bit more trying to take a step outside of it's in the neighborhood. The neighborhood is where the music comes from. But it's okay, how do we take these experiences that we've been through and how do we go worldwide with it? And how do we make this music and kind of take our pain and turn it into pleasure. So
I love that.
it's a good story, man. It's a good story, and like I'm excited. You know, as soon as I know more, I'm gonna let you know. So
Deal.
What are your socials? So if people want to catch this EP when it drops, where can
the
they follow
EP is
you?
coming out. Yeah, that's honestly what I should have been talking about.
Well, what are your socials so we can all know when it drops?
Absolutely. Yeah. Hit me up at Asante Blackk. That's ASANTE BLACK, double K at the end. Don't forget the double K, baby.
2 Ks.
Very good. Do you know when that's going to drop?
I do. Springtime. We coming out with an EP.
Okay.
5 songs. I'm excited to take y'all along on this journey.
Nice. Under your name, or is it under like an artist name? Okay,
great.
great.
My name.
Great.
Okay.
Cool.
Fantastic.
I love this next chapter for you. This is amazing.
It's so fun.
Go ahead.
It's so fun.
Thank you for your time. It's so nice to see you. So nice to catch up. Rod. I can't wait to see this show. Fingers crossed that it all comes to pass.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Appreciate you, Blackk.
Pleasure, y'all. I miss y'all for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see you guys.
Likewise.
Invite us to the premiere of the spinoff.
Yeah. We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be there for the EP.
All right, y'all. Doses.
Peace, Blackk.
That was such an incredible episode to recap. And so grateful to Asante for coming on the pod. I love him.
He's a great kid.
He is just...
Can't even call him a kid anymore. He's a great young man.
I know.
Yeah.
He is a great young man. He was so magnificent as Malik and just so fascinating to hear his journey into getting When They See Us to This Is Us. Like, I just, can't wait to see everything that he does moving forward. Yeah.
Cool episode.
Like, subscribe.
Yes.
Check us out on Spotify. Support those sponsors.
Tell a friend.
Share your favorite episode with your favorite person or your least favorite person. Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
matter to us.
Just share.
Teach them something.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I love doing this with you guys. I want to continue doing it.
It's always a joy.
Yeah.
All right, let's
be you guys back here next week.
Let's do it.
Great. That was another
us.
episode of That Was Us.
That Was Us. That Was Us is filmed at Rabbit Grin Studios and produced by Rabbit Grin Productions. Music by Taylor Goldsmith and Griffin Goldsmith.
Da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum, that was us.